Tales from the Billabong, celebrating 100 years of gumnut babies. The Billabong Cup. It was a glorious sunny morning as Cuddle Pie took his shiny new cap out of its box.
By gum, this is just perfect for today,
he grinned. Bang, bang! The sudden noise startled Cuddle Pie so much he nearly dropped his hat. After a few more loud bangs, a rosy-cheeked Snugglepot emerged from behind a gum tree, pushing a very handsome billy cart.
"Isn't it a beauty?"
he said proudly.
"It's finally finished."
Cuddle Pie admired his friend's handiwork.
"And not a moment too soon,"
he said, pulling on his cap.
"Isn't the race starting soon?" "You're right. Let's go," Snugglepot said.
The Nuts called a tram to the racetrack.
"I might win, you know,"
Snugglepot confided as they trundled towards the Billabong.
"I should say so,"
Cuddle Pie said.
"You work so hard on your cart. At the very least, you should finish the race."
The Billabong Cup track was so tricky that only a handful of drivers ever crossed the finish line. When they arrived, families were already busy setting out scrumptious picnics under the welcoming gum trees. With so many competitors, the race promised to be very exciting.
"Racers, it's time to take your places,"
Mr. Lizard called from the starting line. Snugglepot lined up with the others, his heart beating wildly.
"On your marks, get set, go!"
Mr. Lizard waved a flag, and was left sneezing in a cloud of dust. They were off. The track was very winding, and some parts were very steep. Soon there were cries of "ouch" and "oof" as racers fell off their carts. But Snugglepot sped past the tangled heaps of fallen drivers, skidding around the corners.
"Go, Snugglepot!"
Cuddle Pie was on the sidelines, cheering for his friend. Snugglepot was in the lead.
"Where?"
Snugglepot exclaimed, tingling from the top of his head to the very tips of his toes. He had never gone so fast before.
"Whoa!"
he shouted as he careened around another bend, gathering still more speed.
"Ah!"
He yelled as he fell short, as he shot off the racetrack, heading straight for a picnic rug. The picnickers jumped out of the way just in time.
"Help!"
Snugglepot yelled.
"I can't see!"
As Snugglepot flew past, Cuddle Pie reached out to help. But Snugglepot was going so fast, he swept Cuddle Pie up into the front of the cart. And they were heading straight for a large tree.
"Snugglepot, stop!"
Cuddle Pie shouted. Snugglepot braked. Bumpity, bumpity, bump! The cart came to a shuddering stop. The two friends sighed with relief. Then one of the cart's wheels started rolling down the hill.
"My wheel!"
Snugglepot cried. They watched in dismay as it landed with a gentle plop in the Billabong. Snugglepot burst into tears.
"I won't be able to finish the race now,"
he sniffed. Poor Snugglepot. with only 3 wheels, his cart wouldn't budge. Cuddlepie picked up his cap and sighed.
But wait a minute.
Cuddlepie's shiny hat was about the same size as the wheels.
I have an idea.
Cuddlepie said, "Why don't you use my cap for a wheel? Then you can finish the race." Snugglepot stopped crying. "But Cuddlepie, what about your lovely new hat? It'll be ruined." Cuddlepie shrugged. "My old hat will do just fine as well for now. I would rather see you finish the race." "Oh, thank you, Cuddlepie." Snugglepot hugged his friend. "You are simply treetop. Come on, we'd better get this new hat. I mean, wheel on." Cuddlepie laughed. Soon Snugglepot was able to rejoice the race. Although he crossed the finish line well after the other racers, he had a huge grin on his face. "That was a bit of bad luck with your wheel," Mr. Lizard said. "Oh, I don't mind," Snugglepot said. "I think I'm the luckiest nut ever." Mr. Lizard smiled. "And why's that, young Snugglepot?" "Because I know I am the best friend in the whole wide world," Snugglepot said, hugging a blushing Cuddlepie. "Hip, hip, hooray! 3 cheers for Cuddlepie!" The crowd clapped and cheered.